Hari Om Tat Sat. In today's video, we will try to know that God which we are trying to decode. So basically, who is God or what is God, and also the power of thoughts. Okay, so we will see this through a story. Okay, so once there lived a loyal and a generous king, and he was ruling a very beautiful place. One fine day, he came to know that there is a threat from one place, and so he took a troop and he rushed. The threat was so inevitable, so they started the journey without much preparation. So in halfway through the journey, what happened is full of hailstorm and downpouring rain. So they were stuck in a jungle, and somehow they managed to get out of the jungle, and they saw a house there. To their surprise, the house was locked. So now the king had no choice to break the door and get in to get some shelter there. Okay, so they had some good food there. The troop was happy. They took some rest there and they left the place. While leaving, the king was out of guilt. He placed a bag of gold coin there and left the place. So after a week or so, when they were traveling back, they saw an old poor man staying in the house, and there was a small kid there. Okay, so once these two people saw the king, they invited the king to their house, and the poor old man served with whatever he had. Okay, and the king was also very happy with the generous quality that poor man had. So they had a very good conversation. This king started to know more about the old man's life, and the old man was not having a very great life. It was he lost his family in some accident, and he has only his grandson with him. So after hearing all this, out of anger, this king started to curse the god, okay, in front of the old man. And out of surprise, this old man asked the king to stop cursing the god, because he started saying that a week ago his grandson was in some trouble. He had some health issues, and so it costed a fortune for him to cure that disease. So but he was not having that much money. Okay, so out of so much pain and the inability to cure his grandson, he was walking back to the house, and suddenly he saw that the door was broke, and there was a pack of gold coin. So he said to the king that the god himself came to his house and placed this bag of gold coin. And so the king smiled and left the place. Okay, so this is the story. And before decoding the truth inside the story, we will first know the power of thoughts in day-to-day life. Okay, let's say you are hungry. Okay, so what happens is your stomach will say this message to your brain, and your mind will process this, and the next step is you will think of preparing which food. Okay, let's say you want to prepare noodles. Okay, you first think about that noodles, and then you try to take all the ingredients for that recipe. With mind and body coordination, you will try to cook that food, and with that you are manifesting it. So you first had a thought to cook noodles, right? And now you have the noodles. So this is how thoughts manifest. Now that it is inside your body and your mind, and you have manifested this thing, we will take a step further. Okay, I know every one of us would have experienced this, like when you are fully concentrating into one particular thing or job. So out of somewhere this thought about a person comes, and suddenly what happens, in just seconds you will receive a message or call from that person. Okay, so this phenomena is called as telepathy. There are research behind this, but the science don't accept this because the science relies on consistency. So it has to happen always. So when something is consistent, only the science agrees it. So it's correct. So that's how it should be. So we are not telling that any wrong in that. But this thing happens once in a while. Out of nowhere you get the thought and you will receive the call or message. I have experienced this personally many times. Someone who is dear and near to you, and when you think about them, you get the call. So this thing is there, this intelligence is there, like that person is sending out a thought and you are receiving that thought. It's not message and all. I'll not say that they are trying to say this and all, this and that. That's not the point here. They just think of us and we also think of them. Okay, so this happens at that particular time. Okay, so you will get a call or a message immediately. Okay, so this is what is happening. So that intelligence which is inside that the person who is thinking is that intelligence which is available in us, the person who is receiving it. Okay, so with this we will try to decode the truth inside the story. So here in the story, that poor old man is in some trouble and he is trying to get out of that trouble. So now what he is doing is only he is seeing that trouble. Okay, so when you are in trouble you will only see that, you will not see the world. Okay, so that is a kind of a meditative state, I would call. See, meditation is not just going closing eyes and doing or concentrating. So it's not that. So what is happening here is this poor old fellow is thinking only about the trouble and asking help or praying God that he wants to come out of this trouble by some way. Okay, so here praying to God is again a thought. Okay, so with thought only you can pray to the God. Okay, so what is happening is he is generating a thought, passing it to the universe, and with some way this universe is acting. And see, this king doesn't know that this old guy is having this requirement. Okay, out of his guilt and generosity he placed the bag of gold coin. But this old man, when he sees that, he thinks that the God himself has given it. Okay, so what is common between the old man and the God, I mean that king, is that intelligence. Okay, so let's say, see, we are breathing, our heart is beating, the digestion is happening, the food nutrients are getting extracted and it is being supplied to all the cells in the body. They call it as metabolism or everything. Unconscious, subconscious mind is taking care of all this. See, you can keep hundreds and thousands of names to that, and you can define the process. Okay, but the thing is, there is that source or that intelligence which is taking care of all this, and that is common in all living things. Okay, so it is that intelligence we are trying to decode. Okay, so you can call this intelligence as Vishnu or Krishna or Rama, like, or X, Y, Z. So whatever name you want to call, it is that intelligence we are trying to decode, and we are trying to know more about that intelligence. Okay, see, the purpose of the life is not to rest in peace, RIP. It's not that. Okay, see, the purpose of the life is to live in peace. So to me, to live in peace, you should have certain qualities in you, and that qualities can be achieved easily when you are in contact with the divine, when you are in contact with that intelligence. So that is what I personally experienced, and this is the truth that I want to share. So see, there are formulas to know this intelligence. That formulas is around us. Okay, so if you go to any temple, or if you go to your home's puja room also, okay, I am sure that there is formula there but we are not able to recognize that as a formula. Even if we recognize that, we don't know where to use this formula. So in the upcoming videos, we will take up a formula and try to know more about God. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.